Hello students, welcome to the Calculus for Business course. This is our first lecture, and here I just want to outline the lecture objectives of this particular study. By the end of this lecture and the series of videos, you should be able to explain what a function is in your own words. You should be able to evaluate basic functions. You should be able to find the domain of functions, in particular rational functions and radical functions. You should understand and find the composition of functions, as well as find and use functions in business. These include the cost function, the revenue function, the profit function, as well as the average cost or revenue function. Having done that, we just want to look at a few issues in the course. First of all, we want to define what a function is. A function is a rule that assigns to each object in a set A exactly one object in a set B. The set A is called the domain of the function, and the set B is assigned objects, and it is called the range. The set B is assigned object, and it's called the range. So using a picture, you would notice that the set A here is the set of the inputs. The set B is a set of the outputs. These arrows try to represent the work of the function. Similarly here with this picture of a machine. So the values that we put into the machine or the function are called inputs. The values that we get out of the machine are called the outputs. So obviously, we want to know how to evaluate this. So we want to look at this first example. Find f of 3 if f of x is equal to x squared plus 4. So clearly 3 is the input and the output will be the f of x. So how will we solve this? We will substitute or replace the 3 for the x. We will substitute or replace the 3 for the x. So to evaluate a function, we substitute or replace 3 or say 3 for x. Or in other words, you would say that let x to be equal to 3. So wherever we have an x, we are going to put a 3. So when we say f of 3, we are going to say here the x here is now 3, so put 3 to the power of 2 plus 4. And 3 to the power of 2 is 9 plus 4, that is 13. Okay, so we have learned how to evaluate a function at this stage. Next, we want to look at g of t equal to t to the power t minus 2 all to the power of half, if possible. This is a key word and it's very important. So g of 27, so where there is a t, we put 27. Please be comfortable with any letter in the input place. So g of 27 means that the t is now 27. So this becomes equal to 27 minus 2 to the power of a half. And that's easily going to be 25 to the power of a half. It might be useful for you to know that when we have u to the power of a half, this actually means the exact same thing as the square root of u, right? And I'm familiar with the square root of 25, and I'm pretty sure you are too. And this is going to give us square root of 25, and that is going to be just 5. Okay, I'm going to rush ahead to the last part, which is g of 1, because it has a particular reason. I'll start with g of 2 first. G of 2 means that we replace 2 in the place for the t. So it's 2 minus 2 to the power of a half, and that is going to be 0 to the power of half. And we all know that this is going to be 0. The last part of this question is g of 1. G of 1. So we will say here 1 minus 2 to the power of a half. What does it give us? It gives us negative 1 to the power of a half. And this is not going to be a real number. The square root of a negative number does not exist. And when we say that there is no answer, we say that there is no answer. The best way mathematically to say this, okay, maybe not necessarily no answer, would say no real value. This is no real value. We say that it is undefined, and I explain it down here. So what we mean to say is the following. So in conclusion, what we simply mean from these two examples is that not all inputs will give us an output. And when a function has an output for a particular value, we say that this function is defined. If on the other hand, it doesn't give us an output, we say that it is not defined. So as a result, we'll say that g of 27 is defined because the output was 5. On the other hand, g of 1 is undefined. So we need to get comfortable with these words from here onwards.